really sorry, y'all, because I know y'all like to tussle. But we all saw what we saw when Cardi walked out the courtroom, right? In that white outfit. We all saw the same thing. Now, the question is, whose is it? That is the real gag.
Offset just dropped Cardi into the hottest mess of her life after court documents allegedly revealed a shocking twist. He might not even be the father. Somebody better call Maury because the receipts are spilling all over the place. And now the whole situation is caught up in legal smoke. Cardi ain't keeping quiet for 1 second. She's clapping back hard, and her response is pure fire. Social media went up in flames the second this hit. Every post, every screenshot, every reaction is being ripped apart by fans. And trust me, people are digging deep. This isn't just about who fathered the baby. It's pulling skeletons out the closet and dragging their whole circle into the spotlight. Nobody thought it would get this raw, but now the streets are asking, is this finally the end of Cardi and Offset? Or are we just watching the beginning of their wildest, dirtiest chapter yet? Things are about to get vicious, personal, and downright ruthless. You better buckle up because what's coming next is gonna leave you shocked. Let's break this all the way down. Cardi thought she had her 4th pregnancy under lock and key, moving in stealth mode and keeping everything so vague online. She really tried to play it smooth, but Offset came in and completely blew her cover. And he didn't just spill some tea, he flat out hinted that the baby might not be his. That one line lit the internet on fire instantly. Fans are split, sides are being chosen, and this storm is only getting messier by the second. Screenshots are flying all over the internet, being dissected like it's a crime scene investigation. But here's the kicker. Offset can't claim he's just doing this to hurt Cardi. Of course, there's some shade, especially with the way he's been moving ever since Cardi filed those divorce papers. But there's also another angle to this story that nobody's talking about yet. And trust me, the latest receipts are about to flip this whole scandal upside down. It all started when a fan dropped a messy post saying, "I hope people realize that baby gonna be Offset's, even if she's pregnant by somebody else." Whew, that was already messy enough. But Offset wasn't about to let that slide. He clapped back with, "The devil is a liar," and hit send. And just like that, the drama doubled. But he wasn't finished yet. Another fan turned up the heat by posting a TikTok video straight up asking if the baby was really his, and Offset wasted no time shutting it down. He jumped right in the comments and hit them with a cold, "Not mine." That one comment blew everything wide open. Here's the problem though. Cardi has been pulling every trick in the book to keep this pregnancy hidden. She's been vague on socials, dodging questions, covering up, but let's keep it real. You can't hide a pregnancy forever, especially when you're showing up to court every day with your belly poking out and tossing shade at paparazzi snapping pictures. And now, photos and videos are starting to surface showing what looks like a little baby bump, and fans wasted no time turning that into a full-blown theory. The whispers turned into shouts overnight, and the internet is buzzing like never before. The real chaos hit when Cardi popped up in court over that wild incident at her doctor's office back in 2018, the same time she was pregnant with Culture. Now, we won't unpack every twist of that messy case because honestly, it could be its own movie, full of emotions, drama, and courtroom tension. But the moment that sent shockwaves online had nothing to do with the charges at all. It was about her entrance and what she had on. When Cardi walked into that courtroom, all eyes were glued to her outfit, but not for the fashion flex you'd expect. It was for something way bigger. Cameras started flashing, clips went viral, and suddenly her look was trending like crazy. The internet couldn't stop replaying it, debating what she was hiding and speculating if she had just confirmed what people already suspected.
Cardi, can you please sign? Yeah, that one is cool, right?
Everybody knows Cardi loves making statements with her courtroom fashion, but this time it wasn't flashy jewels or tight designer fits. She showed up in baggier clothes that drowned out her usual style, and that switch up was loud without her even saying a word. Fans immediately clocked the difference and theories went wild online. Why the sudden cover-up? What secret was she trying to protect this time? Then came the video that basically broke the internet, a clip of Cardi leaving the courthouse, walking down the stairs. But the way she was moving had everybody talking. Her walk was slower, heavier, almost like a waddle that you just couldn't ignore. The comments exploded overnight. with people convinced they were watching a not-so-hidden pregnancy reveal play out in real time. She was moving exactly like somebody deep into pregnancy, and fans caught it instantly. That clip had people buzzing nonstop, with screenshots flooding timelines and speculation running wild on every corner of social media. And it wasn't just the walk that had everyone talking. Even under those oversized jackets and baggy fits, her baby bump was showing clear as day. Once people saw it, the conversation exploded. The clip spread like wildfire, fans couldn't stop reposting it, and suddenly the whole internet was convinced Cardi was definitely pregnant again. But here's where it gets extra messy. Between that viral courthouse moment and Offset publicly denying the baby as his, the drama hit another level. Let's keep it real. It could still be Offset's child. This wouldn't even be the first time he's pulled a stunt like this. Offset has a track record of throwing shade and denying paternity whenever he feels like taking a shot at Cardi. Fans remember too well the mess from last year when Cardi was pregnant with their daughter Blossom. That's when Offset accused her of cheating while she was literally carrying his baby. That scandal had the internet in shambles. Back then, screenshots of his posts were everywhere. He typed out wild accusations like, "You F with a baby inside. Tell the truth." And he didn't stop there. He tried shaming her in front of millions, writing, "Go be a hoe. All your people talking mess, take my dying it out your mouth. Your opinions don't stop my money." Then, when Cardi clapped back on live and called him out, he fired off another shot, saying, "The fact you keep going shows you hurt. Leave me alone. Don't you got something better to do?" That whole saga had fans glued to their screens for weeks, and now it feels like history is repeating itself. Same denial, same shade, same internet frenzy. Offset tried to play it slick, talking about, "We divorced," but Cardi hit him right back with a bomb. She exposed him, saying this was coming from the same man who had been blowing up her DMs all weekend, begging for attention after she blocked him. He was salty because she was flying out to Paris, and she made it clear, if he thought that was his last chance, he was right. Cardi clapped back, saying straight up, "Everyone can see I don't want you. It's okay. I'm not talking about this no more. All love. You'll be calling me after a couple months saying, 'You my baby mama, I won.'" Offset's whole tough guy act about moving on with other women fell apart instantly. Fans realized that while he was out here parading flings and acting unbothered, he was secretly sliding into Cardi's messages, desperate for another chance. Once the receipts dropped, people called it the ultimate shade. Offset was down bad, and Cardi had the proof to back it up. And Cardi wasn't gonna let him play with her name. She pulled out messages that painted Offset as thirsty beyond belief. In one exchange, Offset texted, "You don't want me?" Cardi shut him down with a cold, "Not really." He pressed on, asking, "Okay, you got somebody else?" And she shot back with, "Stop, police." That's when he folded, writing, "Okay, I'll leave you alone. I just wanted to know." But he couldn't stop himself, finishing with, "Can I just talk with you on the phone?" Pure thirst exposed in 4K. Fans instantly connected this to how he once tried to flip the script during her last pregnancy with Blossom, accusing her of stepping out, when in reality, it was him sneaking around and chasing after her. The hypocrisy had everybody clowning Offset, and the internet dragged him for being messy and desperate at the same time. Offset got caught red-handed in those texts, straight up exposed as a liar. In one message he wrote, "Keep my child. Why you think you would live for me? Like, for real? Me saying that was wrong? That's my baby. I sound desperate. For what? And who? You. No." Then he tried to twist it, claiming, "Might not be mine anyways, because I wasn't with you and you weren't pregnant when I was around." Fans read that and instantly called it out for what it was, damage control. But it didn't stop there. Another text made him look even worse. He sent, "Damn, you look pretty. Come over." And Cardi hit him back cold as ice. "I told you, you never getting this again." And I mean that Offset pushed harder, sounding desperate, saying, "I want to smash. Why you acting like that with me? You know you gonna be on me if you do, aren't you? I miss you. I miss your face." Cardi shut it down, replying, "I don't feel like I'm gonna be on you. You don't deserve it." The receipts had him begging, and fans were clowning him all over social media. But texts weren't the only reason people started doubting his claim about not being the father. A blogger named Alexis popped up with fresh tea, claiming Cardi had secretly been hooking up with Offset even after she filed for divorce. That sent Cardi into full clapback mode. She wasn't letting that slide. She fired off a text to Alexis saying, "Why you saying I messed with Offset this weekend? Like, girl, I don't care who you support. My stuff is crazy, and he hasn't touched me either." Y'all truly gotta leave me alone. We both moved on. Tell him to tell you how he was messing with Ari while we were together. But I'm the one wrong for moving on? Leave me alone. Alexis doubled down though, replying that Offset told her he smashed when he was in Atlanta. Now, nobody knows for sure if Cardi was hiding something or if Alexis was just stirring the pot. But one thing was crystal clear. This scandal had both Offset and Cardi drowning in drama, and the internet couldn't get enough. Offset was out here bragging to anybody who would listen about hooking up with Cardi, so for him to suddenly flip the script and act like he never touched her, that's wild. Fans couldn't help but point out the contradiction, and it only made this whole saga messier. When the first whispers started about Cardi possibly being pregnant, everybody instantly assumed Offset was the father. Why? Because Cardi has said plenty of times in the past that she doesn't just have kids with anybody. She's been clear that she only planned children within her marriage, which made this scandal feel even juicier. Remember that messy fight she had with rapper Qua back in 2022? Cardi doubled down then, saying, "I had men wanting to put babies in me while I was in the jungle, but I told myself I won't put my kids in the same hoods I was raised in, let alone abandon them." That statement stuck with fans because it showed how serious she was about who fathered her children. And y'all remember when TMZ leaked her marriage certificate? Back then, Cardi clapped back at people clowning her for supposedly having a baby out of wedlock. She said, "Well, now since y'all little nosy people know, at least y'all can stop saying I had a baby out of wedlock." She made it clear she wasn't playing about her family image, so it doesn't even add up for Cardi to suddenly be pregnant by Stefan, especially after dating him for only a couple of months. And let's be real, Stefan's reputation is even worse than Offset's. Word on the street is that he's got 3 babies on the way at the same time, and one of those women is allegedly carrying twins. That's next level messy. And if true, it throws Cardi's whole situation into an even crazier spotlight. To make the drama even wilder, Stefan just welcomed a baby with influencer Lord Giselle. So if Cardi really is carrying his child too, that would make her his 4th baby mama in just 1 year. Imagine that embarrassment. Cardi tied up in the same chaotic baby drama as Stefan's other flings. But looking at her belly, fans are split. Some swear it's twins, others are convinced it's Offsets. You tell me in the comments because this one's up for debate. Here's the catch though. This goes against everything Cardi has always said about her family choices. Add that to all those thirsty texts of Offset begging to smash, plus him bragging about being with her, and it's no wonder so many believed he was the real father. But then came the curveball. The court documents dropped and painted a totally different story. Pregnant or not, Cardi went ahead with the divorce, and the case has only gotten uglier by the day. Offset is doing the most to keep this scandal alive, stirring the pot left and right. He even had the nerve to demand child support and alimony, despite the fact that Cardi has full custody of their 4 kids and claims he hasn't been putting in a dime since the divorce papers hit. Fans were floored, calling him out for trying to cash out instead of stepping up. And the latest bomb? Insiders are whispering that during a private family court hearing, Cardi was allegedly forced to take a DNA test to settle the question once and for all. The results supposedly came back, and Offset is not the father. If that's true, then all eyes turn to Stefan as the only other possible dad, and that revelation takes this drama to a whole new level. And this explains why Offset was so bold when he claimed the baby wasn't his. Turns out, he already knew the results. I'm not gonna lie, it's humiliating for Cardi, but one thing about her, she knows how to flip drama into spotlight. On the bright side, this whole mess is creating nonstop buzz right before her upcoming album drops. And like they say, there's no business like show business. Every headline right now belongs to her, whether the news is good or bad. But don't get it twisted. This storm is far from calming down. Offset just pulled the ultimate clapback by getting proven right, and Cardi refuses to take that L quietly. The internet is already divided. Receipts are flying everywhere, and the chaos is only getting louder. Fans are locked in, waiting for the next move like it's a heavyweight fight. So who's really coming out on top here? Is Cardi about to flip the script again, or did Offset finally win the upper hand? And let's not forget the burning question. Is she really carrying twins, or is there another twist hiding in the shadows? One thing's for certain, this battle is nowhere near over, and the next chapter will be even messier than the last. Now drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like button, and don't forget to subscribe because you do not want to miss what's coming next. I'll catch you all in the next video.